great that I hated it. Oh. I think my skill set is being ridiculous. I think that's my strength. If I was in a job interview, what's your strength? Being absolutely but crazy ridiculous. I feel like I just gotta hold it for the rest of the show now. Why is it so, it works so well? I'm gonna like hit something though. I swear I'm gonna hit something. Oh, see, look. Oh, Phantom Menace, how I adore. I guess it's the same, eh? I still, to this day, ooh, it's smoking. Is that steaming, smoking? Can you see that? Should I open it? Is that a bad thing? Wow. I guess this is his actual... Oh. It comes with a training cup. I love it. Kind of looks like a chocolate. Let's get it. Let's get it. How do I do this and not crush it? Again, there's kind of a backstory to this of why I love it so much. It's so great. It's too great that I hated it. Oh. I think my skill set is being ridiculous. I think that's my strength. If I was in a job interview, what's your strength? Being absolutely but crazy ridiculous. I feel like I just gotta hold it for the rest of the show now. Why is it so, it works so well? I'm gonna like hit something though. I swear I'm gonna hit something. Oh, see, look. Oh, Phantom Menace, how I adore. I guess it's the same, eh? I still, to this day, ooh, it's smoking. Is that steaming, smoking? Can you see that? Should I open it? Is that a bad thing? Wow. I guess this is his actual... Oh. It comes with a training cup. I love it. Kind of looks like a chocolate. Let's get it. Let's get it. How do I do this and not crush it? Again, there's kind of a backstory to this of why I love it so much. It's so great. It's too great that I hated it. Oh. I think my skill set is being ridiculous. Oh God. You got me now. You got me now. Oh, nothing like starting off with a good old mute. We should be in the clear now. How are we, my friends? What a way to start a show. What a way to start a show. Oh, man. You got me? We're back now? We're back in business? We're back in business. Oh my God, Kirsty's here? Not today. Today's not that day. To be fair, I just had it in the wrong input. Okay, well, g'day there. Bloody hell. Welcome to the show. It's gonna be a good night. Thank you for being here. I cannot wait to discuss everything that is this season, this show. It's gonna be very interesting. Can't wait to sink our teeth into it. But as I was saying when I was muted, I apologize for being late. It was actually StreamYard's fault for making me late. Surprisingly, not my own. They had some errors with going live, so I just literally couldn't go live for like a period of time there. But we're back. We've got the mics on. We're live. We can discuss. I hope you're having a great night. How we're doing before we get into the discussion. How are you? How's your day going? How's your evening going? How's your week been? You doing well? Are you doing well? Oh, thank you, Lightning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Still awake. Kirsty's banging out the master's homework she's got. I love that. You're hard at work, Kirsty. Thank you. Oh, you're really sticking to that deadline, though. Oh, I love it. I love it. Did we crank the music down a little more? Maybe the music's a little too loud. Katie's awake because of insomnia. Yeah, shout out to my UK crew. You guys staying up till 1 a.m. right now. Crazy. Crazy. Waiting for some pizza rolls to cook off. Nice. I don't think I've ever had a pizza roll. I'm assuming it's just like a pizza in a roll form. Sounds pretty good though. I like it. I like it. I'll cop that. Put some pineapple in it. Oh, chef kiss. Star Wars Throwbacks in the chat. Hello there. G'day there. Kendry finale delivered. We'll get into the juicy goss of the finale in just a moment. But it's so great to have you all here. And Yoda's at work, but he's vibing. I'm glad you're tuning in. Joseph's here. Soul Fury's here. Sevi's in the back here. Sevilla in the back there. I love it. Love it. Master CG around as well. It's great to have everybody here, but we'll get right into the discussion. Chatter Squadron, freaking back from the dead. Greetings from my back tube, Hannah. You got tuning in from the back tube. We got Chatter Squadron. I love it. Hey gang, how you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. A hot pocket? Have I tried a hot pocket? I feel like I've tried things that emulate what a hot pocket is, where it's like a pastry thing or like pizza. Is that what it is? Is that what a hot pocket is? I don't know. But they're trash but then amazing? Oh. It sounds appealing. Oh, that's so good. Best YouTube. Oh, that's so nice. And Yoda, you're so nice to me. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Pizza rolls are a pure American. Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. $2 dues starting off the night strong by CG. Usually like finales. This one, cliffhanger on CG's thoughts. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, CG. Appreciate the $2 dues. Thank you so much, my friend. You legend. Hot pockets are a savory taste toaster strudels. It's actually really. That sounds like it's on the packet. Is that what it says? A savory toaster strudel? I love it. Pizza rolls are amazing, but agree not good for you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. So good. I'd cop that. Anyway, let's get into the discussion. Let's not dilly-dally any longer. Let's talk about this show. Shout out to those of you that were in the pre-show yesterday. We had a fantastic special appearance from Kiadi Ray coming in for the finale. Fantastic to, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman. Kiadi Ray coming in. Fantastic. How exciting. Then we had our finale, and thank you for those tuning into the kind of short little after show, immediate kind of reaction discussion we had last night, just to get our feelings out. But today we're going to methodically go through a lot of the characters, concepts, and our thoughts of this show. So I really cannot wait to go through it all with you. It's going to be really interesting. But as for the finale, just to rehash, the kind of the immediate thoughts I had last night. Personally, I actually really liked the finale. In terms of just, I think it's pace, or I feel as though it wrapped up everything that was kind of open at the moment. For sure that it opened other questions and it led on to other thoughts, but I felt like the characters that we had at hand for the whole season had this is what happened to this person, this is what happened to this person, Soul, Osha, like we everyone ended up somewhere that made sense. So that felt good for me. It's more coming into this finale that I have much more issue with. The finale itself as an episode, I actually didn't mind. I actually really enjoyed the choreography of the fight of Soul and Qimir. That was a real highlight for me. I thought that was really well done. I quite liked it. But again, I think I have more issues with just the general storyline of this show going into the finale. But the finale itself, not too bad. I actually thought it was pretty cool. And cameos. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Like, people will talk about different, the cameos might not do it for you. But I was sufficiently stoked and excited by the cameos. I was sufficiently impressed with them. Plagueis especially, come on. Can't beat it. I just thought that was really, really cool for me. Even though I have so many issues with this show, I just thought that was awesome. He looked awesome. Loved the music when he came in. We'll get to a conversation about, where this show goes and where this story goes. But for a cameo, cool, sick. I really didn't think this show was going to do it, so I was really impressed with that. And of course, Yoda at the end. Again, I said this last night, but it was like, this is the second time in Star Wars. This is the second most excited I have been to see this back of someone's head. The first time was with... right now? I'm talking. The first time was when... we saw the back of Thrawn's head in the Ahsoka trailer. That is the most excited I've been for the back of a Star Wars character's head. But this one is probably a good second. That was the first episode that actually left me wanting more Christmas meat. Yeah. Dude, I mean, I have a lot to say about the episode kind of layouts and formats and fitting in with the story. Like, I think that's my biggest critique of this show. Is there a fly in here? Can you see that on camera? It's the biggest critique I have is the format. And I'm like, I feel like there was 3 really strong episodes in this show. And the rest I'm like, okay, they're there. But it's interesting. It is interesting. At this point, oh, you're still talking about pizza. That's hilarious. The audacity of Vernestra to lie straight up to Master Yoda's tiny face. That's true. I mean, let's hear from the High Republic representative herself, Kirsty. I know we'll probably divulge about this a lot more in the Masters meeting, of course. But Kirsty, if you want to summate particularly your opinion of Vernestra's kind of just blatant, she's just throwing everything in the wind here and she's going, you know what, I'm just gonna lie to everyone right now. Oh my god. She whispers, how creepy is that? Whispers sorry friend to a dead soul on the ground, and then was just like, okay, I'm just gonna lie to everyone I know now. Great, awesome, fantastic person right there. But very interesting. Very interesting. 100% the Plagueis reveal had me pumped. Absolutely. I agree. Haunted. I think this show overall can still be a great bit of Star Wars provided we get some new writers for season 2. Perhaps one day this will be looked upon as a clunky prologue to something epic. Look, a lot of people think that's like Phantom Menace. You know? More and more I see online, or, you know, people, you know, adoring Revenge of the Sith, but like not at all liking Phantom. Could be like that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good perspective, Haunted. Hauntum? I just mixed your 2 names there. Hauntum. Haunted Autumn. You're Hauntum now. It's just Hauntum now. That's great. Yaddle might have seen the back of Oh! Nasty. Vernestra had to go have a heart-to-heart. Vernestra had to go have a heart-to-heart Yoda green bitch to green bitch about what was going down. You know what? You're not wrong. I love the way that you phrase that. It is such a well-phrased thing. Oh my goodness! A $50 dues coming in from Master CG. And you know what I love? It's his most blatant opinions, but he's still here. He's still here, part of the community, part of the fellowship, and a valued member. Thank you, CG. Appreciate it. Massive dono. Insanity. Thank you so much for your generosity, my friend. It keeps everything going here. It really means a lot. Thank you. Let's get to this comment, though. You know, let's go from this high to without a doubt. I would attempt your accent, CG, but I don't think I can. What is your accent? What are you like new? I don't know. Without a doubt, the worst finale, says CG. Worst Star Wars ever. Multiple breaking canon. Terrible Jedi portrayal. Vern is a liar. That's, well, you're not wrong there. Shoehorning Plagueis and Yoda. Messed up. Episode 0 out of 10. Total show 0 out of 10. Flash no substance. Praying for no season 2. Well, there's one thing that you don't do, CG, and that's beating around the bush, and we appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's so good. Yeah. There you go. There you have it. There's CG starts on the show. 0 out of 10. You started quite optimistic, to be fair. You're quite open at the start, which I was impressed with. But not too impressed by the end of it, and fair enough. Each to their own. Thank you. But thank you again, my friend, for $50 dues. Insane generosity. I appreciate you so much. Brian coming in, joining the discussion. G'day! Ray Sunshine. Thank you so much for the $2 dues, Brian. Appreciate you being here. Let us know your thoughts. This is only the opening thoughts, by the way. We've got like a whole show of questions and thoughts to go through, but we'll keep going through the comments. I think I'm already like 10 years behind in the comments. It's not so much the storyline that I had issues with. It was the genuine execution of it. Oh, I agree here. We didn't need 2 flashback episodes. Some of the rationale of the characters was lacking. Yes, I have a lot of agreements with you. I don't have too much issue with like what they were actually trying to present us with, but I had a metaphor a few weeks ago. I don't remember if this was in a master's meeting or not, but it was like I was actually talking about pizza. We were talking about pizza earlier. It's like I have a piece of pizza and I love pizza. I want to eat the pizza, but there's like anchovies and there's what else? What other food I don't like? Like hang on, I'm forgetting all foods in the world. If it's like anchovies and I hate fish. I guess that's the main thing. And it like every kind of, it was like if it's like I'm trying to eat a fish pizza. It's like, well, I like pizza. I hate fish. Gotta have it together. So I get what your sentiment here is. Like, I love the concepts that they were actually trying to hit on. I just don't think it was packaged well. Interesting. Vernestra made me fully mad. Yes, shout out High Republic readers. Give us your thoughts on Vern. Absolutely. The older I get, the more I think the clunky writing is just part of Star Wars format. I mean, there's a lot of analysis to be made of George's writing. I personally like it and prefer it, but I mean, a lot of early critiques of the early Star Wars movies is his writing style, and there is subjectivity to types of writing. It is interesting. Indy coming in saying there was way too many unanswered questions for me, a lot of maybes that could make it good, but as it stands, I'm not a huge fan. This is Indy. Julie in the chat, absolutely. Pot of spaghetti noodles thrown on a wall, sticking and called Star Wars. I don't even know what that means, but I love it. I love that metaphor. That's so fun. Can I use that? That's so exciting. What a metaphor. Kirsty mentioning Vernestra here. This is what I wanted. She's becoming the thing she swore to destroy. Type of energy from Vernestra from me. Okay, so High Republic fans, again, interesting. She's becoming the thing she swore to destroy. Not keen on Vernestra lying like that. Feels like a bit of a departure from her character in the books. Where I'm at in the book, totally understand her not trusting Yoda and the Council. Ooh, what happened? I want to know now. I want to know now. I hate the show, Hannah. I don't hate you. What a tough conundrum there, though. If I did, I wouldn't donate or be a member. That's true. That's true, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Another $5 dues. You're very generous today, my friend. Oh my god. Take it back. My goodness. Appreciate you being here. Oh yes. Yava in the chat, Master Yava. There he is. Just hop it in. What do you think? We're still in opening thoughts, my friend. What do you think? Cheers, Race Iden, chat, Saber Smith, and Major Dad tuning in again. Love to see you here. So fantastic to have you in the chat again. Hey, DB. There you are. Another $5 dues coming in from Brian. Maybe best step, but still terrible writing. Basil White. We'll get to the Basil stuff. How Sol not say acted in self-defense and concern for the twin and May done dirty. Please do my podcast. You reach out, my friend. There's an email in my social media. Reach out. But thank you for the $5 dues. Appreciate you. It's a good point. Sorry, I'm so behind on the chats. I'm trying to catch up. How great is it? It's so fantastic. This chick. I really need to get reading the High Republic. I mean, I do too at this point, and I think because we do have quite a big break within Star Wars media, I really want to delve into the High Republic era because I've dabbled in it, and what I have read, it's been really enjoyable. From what I have read to talking to other people who's read a lot more in the High Republic, they really connect with those stories. And on top of that, from what I've heard of people and my own opinion, they sort of semi-marketed Acolyte to be this, it's within this High Republic era, it's at the end of this era, it's an important time, but it doesn't feel anything similar to the types of stories perhaps we have in High Republic. I need to educate myself some more, but I will pose a question for those few. I mean, shout out the few people in the chat who have read some High Republic books, and specifically Light of the Jedi. because I personally think they should have done a lot of the Jedi movie. I think that should have been a movie. So all the energy and money put into Acolyte, same concept, but just make the Light of the Jedi movie. High Republic movie, different era, few hundred years before everything. I think that would have been cool. I would have been cool. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Oh, it's so good. So good. I still don't understand why Basil flipped over to May's side when he was literally trying to stop her last episode. And by then, he was helping the Jedi look for her again. Like, what? Yes! I mean, the main thing in my reaction to the finale was just constantly being like, what is it? Like, he's the Acolyte, dude. He's switching. He's sabotaging, like, everyone. He's on no one's side. He was, like, ruining everyone's plan. Didn't get it. Basil's the real Acolyte. I think that's what we're deciding here. Another 10 Dillaridoos from CG. From terrible acting to terrible writing. I didn't mind the acting though. So then I explained actions and constant changing of minds. Well, Basil. Enough lines for the prequels. I know T. You don't know the magnitude of how I hate it. Well, I'm starting to piece it together. I think I'm starting to piece it together. Again, your generosity is insane today, CG. Thank you, though. Thank you. My most annoying complaint is, how was what Torben went through enough for him to take a vow of silence 6 years after the next 10 years? Why was he waiting for May when they thought she died? Yes, I think this is probably the one part of the show that it made the least sense to me is the Torben thing. I do actually 100% agree with this comment, Jason. I think, like what you laid out there, because it's been 16 years, he's been silent for 10. What happened for those 6? And what did he do? And why did he decide after those 6? Like, I'm like, is there going to be like some like tie-in comic that's going to explain that? Because I don't understand that. Absolutely. Bulky $10 coming in saying, thank you so much for the big donor. Happy to find another person who likes the show. Yeah, we'll settle with likes. Curious to what you think a younger first-time viewer would think of this intro to Star Wars. Was there any hero alive in this show besides Basil? Oh, dude, don't. First-time Star Wars viewer? No. No. Start a first-time Star Wars viewer. Depends how young. On like Rogue One, even Force Awakens, honestly. That's up for debate, but if it's a young viewer, Force Awakens. I don't think this is a good entry into the Star Wars timeline, even though chronologically, apart from Young Jedi Adventures, this is like the first visual media we have. I don't think it's a good entry in. I think it's a nuanced, kind of dark, poetic story of the morality of the Jedi, and as much as it's got some lightsabers in it, I don't think it's a story that is a good entry into the universe, if that makes sense. But very good question. Very interesting question. Thank you so much for the $10 dues for that one. I appreciate that. I'm apologize. I might skip over a few comments in just a moment because we still got a lot of points to get through this show. So $5 dues, Torben, Sol, Kelnaka, Matrix Lady were done dirty. Did nothing wrong. Vern need to get off by former Padawan. That, you know what? That'd actually be a cool season 2. I'll give you that. Thank you so much for the $5 dues. Oh, last 100%. I've actually thought about this like all morning. It would probably go, this is just off the top of my head, but I feel like off feeling Ahsoka, Mando 2, piss off. Ahsoka, Mando 2, Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, Mando 1, Andor, Mando 3, Acolyte. I think is that 8. So that's including all the seasons of things. 8. Yeah, that's my someone write that down. That's my ranking. Roughly. I'll probably change that, to be honest. But good question. But anyway, let's get into what we're chatting about today. Well, obviously, we already started it. But we're going to be delving into each of these characters specifically. And talking about their journey through this show. And what we thought of them. Performance, character development, Portrayal, meaning, purpose. We're going to start at the real toppity top with Master Soul. Master Soul quickly became a fan favorite. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I kind of have an intense list. I often get a lot of flack for that, but I'll probably post it again and see what people think of it. But let's talk about Master Soul here. The Soul Patrol became very strong, very quickly. But I have a hot take. I think I announced this a lot. But I sus from the start. Didn't like him. I'm like, not that I didn't. It's not that I didn't like him. It was just that I was like, he's suspicious. He's not a good person. Not a good person. But I feel like that's blasphemy to say against Soul Patrol. But yeah, I found him to be, I felt like I knew this was gonna be, not a soul show, but I was happy how much he was the prominent lead of this show. And I think his journey, and to where he ended up especially, very interesting. And it does open up that conversation of, managing his guilt as a Jedi, especially in managing emotions as a Jedi. Very big concept within Star Wars. And I think it did open up that conversation a lot more. Katie coming in saying, I am the #1 Soul Defender. I can confirm he's never done anything wrong in his life ever. I love that. Soul Patrol is staying firm. Crazy. So what do we think of Soul? I'm okay with Soul's situation. Just not sure how it was written out. I felt like it could have been more direct, actually. Dr. Zoom, also very cute cat in your photo. Is that cat Dr. Zoom, or are you Dr. Zoom? Dr. Zoom would be a great name for a cat, by the way. Soul, I digress. Soul, I felt like his character could have been a bit more linear, but maybe I'm just trying to oversimplify it for myself in terms of wanting to understand it more clearly. Indy coming in saying Master Soul is the best character for sure. I think it mainly lends itself because he had the most screen time. So I felt like he had the most time to really. I'm just assuming he's actually had the most screen time. I don't know that factually, but I'm just assuming so. But it feels as though he had the most time to kind of really develop, and I felt like we got the most context of him at the start. Those first 2 episodes. It's interesting. Another $2 dues from CG. Soul, good character, poorly written, misunderstood. Yeah, I think from a lot of people who went misunderstood, absolutely. Thank you for the $2 dues. Master Soul didn't work for me in the end. I liked him through most of it, but he lost me in the end. He was too arrogant, forced things too much, led by pure emotions, not a good Jedi, which I guess was the story that fundamentally he may have been lost in his way. I did find it interesting. I know a lot of people had a difficulty with this, being like, oh, how can't he sense things and da-da-da. I kept putting that down to, I think he was fundamentally blinded by his emotions. I think it's not that he didn't turn dark side, he didn't turn Sith, he didn't go evil, but he was very in tune with his emotions in the sense that he lent on them and he depended on his emotions. And I think that led to his demise. I think that'd be interesting. I think that's my take on his character. Soul came across as a very just plain human, says Soul Fury. I certainly could see his perspective of things. I just wish they would have done a better job establishing the relationship between Soul and Osha. I agree there. I rewatched the first 4 episodes last night, and that was a big criticism I have. I felt like the connection between Soul and Osha wasn't well established, because we get, I think it's in episode 4. Yeah, this is episode 2, I already forget. They're at the Jedi Temple and Osha's like leaving, and it's like, oh, you're not going to say bye to Soul, but it's like, there's not enough emotion there yet to be sad about that. But I kind of get what you're saying there. I like Soul, but after my rewatch of episode 7, my opinion has changed a little on him. Great acting, needed more to establish him and Osha connection. Yes, okay, interesting that chat, we're kind of agreeing here. That connection, Master Apprentice, needed more connection and context. Tasmania. You're saying a lot of words here, Brian, but thank you. $2 reduce. Thank you, my friend. That would be really cool if you could have a debate with Snarky J. Who the hell is Snarky J? I have no idea who that is. Lol. I really enjoyed the mirror of Sol and Qimir both, whose primary goal was to have a Padawan, or was to have a student. Yes, I saw someone liken this just, in their review about the finale, and that's a really good point. That is a really good point where they kind of at the same goal. And, you can chalk Qimir down to being, Sith and evil and dark side, but, Sol as this Jedi should be a lot more understanding, but he's not really. It's not really. He was definitely blinded by emotion, but that being said, he still know his apprentice, especially if he built a connection of so little. Yeah, true. So regarding the writing and acting, specifically the finale, the way he was looking for May, he sounded like a bad guy. And the horror movie, looking for his victim, May! That was pretty funny. May! That was pretty funny. It definitely would have been more useful for them to put in flashbacks of Osha's Jedi training and her leaving the Order to flesh out the relationship between her and Sol rather than to flashback episodes. That is a really good idea there, Katie. I think that's a great idea. Instead of another Witch Coven one, maybe a little year after, a couple of years after, where Osha's actually a Padawan. That would have been really cool. Would have been really cool. Yeah, actually, Robert, you're on the money. Let's do that. Let's do a rating of these. We've got like 50 characters to go. But rating for character for Master Sol. $2 is more connection. In other words, better writing, more context we need. Better writing and more context. 7 out of 10 for Sol. Fury off. There you go, Sol. 8 out of 10 for Robin Ryan saying that they did Sol dirty. I did think that. I was waiting for someone to mention this. Sol shouting May was inspired by sequel Finn shouting Rey. Literally, it was like the same tone. Rey! May! Same thing. Oh, I love it. 7 for Jason, 7 for Katie. Good stuff. The mistake Sol made, Sevilla said, was that he never should have been there in the first place. He was supposed to stop Torben and not have an encounter with the witches. The council told them not to engage for a reason. Steve coming in with the 10. Complex character, most realistic Jedi ever. Interesting. Kirsty with a 7. And Nathan with an 8. Interesting. Serena celebrating 15 months being a part of the race squad. Great to have you in here. Serena, what did you think? This show was a complete letdown. The writing, editing, a few scenes from the actors wasn't great. I hope Leslie never gets a hold of Star Wars. I wish I loved this show. Qimir was great. I like that. You ended on a high. There's the full summary from Serena. Thank you so much for dropping in. Great to see you. Caesar's given it a 6 out of 10 for Sol. 5 out of 10 for... Is this the show or Sol? 9 out of 10 for CG. Could have been great, but he was written horribly. But still a 9 out of 10, dude. That's pretty solid. 7.5 for Ron. Very, very interesting. Well, let's keep it rolling. We still got a bunch of characters to get to here, but we'll try and roll through them nice and quick. Let's talk about twin number 1. Don't get him confused. Osha. Let's talk about Osha. Solid victim of the Jedi. Teachings who must that didn't help control his emotion. He was taught that anything he thinks is unnatural isn't good. 9 out of 10 though. Another 9 out of 10. So, very good. Very good. Let's talk about Osha. I think the switch that happened. Let's kind of work backwards here. We end the show with Osha deciding to team up with Qimir, go through their training. And I actually like that for her character. I think it's an interesting direction for this character to go. She's sort of neutral. She hasn't been a part of the Jedi Order for many years when we meet her. But she still has some sort of connection to them in terms of emotion, which I found interesting. We only got a peek of that in, when she spoke to Jackie. And there was that random moment where Sol was like, do you want to come on the mission? And she was like, oh, I thought you were going to ask me back to the Order. And she was really hopeful in that moment. So I never quite understood this background of her connection with the Jedi, but it's interesting that she's this neutral person. Then we skip to the finale with the ending of this character where we leave off with this character. She's like, hey, Love your sis. Mind wipe. I'm going with Darth Biceps here. Interesting. Just interesting direction. I feel like I would have enjoyed more padding around that decision making. But yeah. Interesting. What do we think, chat? What do we think? I blame Quixote for all this. It's really funny. I found Osha to be very conflicted the entire show. I did like Osha and Qimir. It seemed to click. You did like that. I wish we would have gotten more training in the dark side. Yeah, I could have had this storyline a little earlier. Could have been interesting. I mean, why did she leave the Jedi in the first place? That's a good question. That was never really explained, was it? It was just she's not a part of them anymore. It's a good question. I don't think we ever found that out. Always liked Osha better than May, says Robin. The acting was not great from Osha as well, saying Robin. Osha, I agree with Katie. And I have in my notes that needed flashbacks to better establish her relationship with Sol Yord, and help build the tension of her character. I agree. I think there wasn't, and this was something I said throughout my, the discussions we had here, is these were the weakest characters for me. In terms of, I felt like we were having big moments with these characters very early on that we were barely known. We were barely understanding who these characters are. It's like, okay, here's an example. It's like if we have, think back to episode 1 and 2 of Mandalorian season 1. We get the Mandalorian. He's this bounty hunter. He gets bounties. He's got this interesting one. He finds a baby. That's the story. He finds the baby. And it's like if episode 3 was the finale of season 2, where like Luke Skywalker picks up Grogu. And that's what I felt like I was experiencing with these May Osha characters, because I felt like there was these really big moments of like, oh, they met each other for the first time, like May and Osha again, and she goes back to the Jedi for the first time and leave. Like, I felt like there was these big moments that I'm like, I feel like this is a big thing. Like, as a human watching something on the screen, I'm like, they seem dramatic about this on the screen, but we are just stepping into the story, so I'm not emotionally attached to this big moment happening. Does that make sense? It's kind of a long-winded response there, but hopefully that makes sense. Could have been a great character if the acting was better. I have no reason to care for her. Yeah, it could be I think that's a very shared opinion in the chat right now. Interesting. Indy saying, I feel like her motives definitely changed with questionable reasoning in the second half of the show. May switched too quickly early on and became more consistent. Osha was the opposite. Yep, I agree there. Oh yeah, was that the reason? Did they? I felt like they might have said that some of the true. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. My bad. Getting character. Thank you so much, Brian. $2 dues. Teach her to accept May was evil and forget about. She couldn't. So she left. Okay. Thank you. Fortunately, I didn't care about either Osha or May, so to not be attached to the main characters. Oh, my story didn't upload. Not my story. Hang on. There we go. There was a mention somewhere that Indira recommended Osha training to be continued, but again, pretty much useless statement with no background cost. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that. I feel like that should have been a more dramatic thing that we understood, but it just like happened. So we're like, oh, okay. So, oh, see ya. She's not in here anymore. Good. Okay, bye. Oh, interesting. I'm scared to ask, but everyone's rating of this character. Let me know. What do you think of this character? What do you rate her? $5 redos coming in from CG. Constantly changing her mind. Poorly written. Very forgettable. Forgot she was in the show. 0 out of 10. Robin coming in with a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Ooh, this might be the lucky number for the chat right now. Wow, look at this. Katie 4, Trent 4, Salt 4, Kirsty 4. Are you all like secretly in the same room? Are you all like together somewhere and you're like, hey guys, let's all write 4. Are you all together? What's happening? What's happening? Ron, there we go. Ron coming in with a 2. Christmas coming in with a 5. Joseph with a 4. I think I got a 7 out of 5. I think I'm just neutral, in the middle. Didn't have any like crazy problem with her, but I felt like just the context was not enough. Was not enough for me personally. Wow. Just based on the profile and the name, I'm just gonna looks weird. Major Dad's coming in with a 3 out of 10 for Osha and a 2 out of 10 for Sabersmith. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Osha as the Dark Side Jedi, 8 out of 10. Otherwise, 3 out of 10 for Dr. Zumi. Again, we need confirmation. Is the cat called Dr. Zoom? I want to know. Caesar saying she felt very bland overall. Didn't do much for most of the story. 2 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, we're all the same chatbot. Yeah, we're all the same. All the same. Sevilla coming in with a 6 is interesting in some parts, but there's better characters and more developed than her. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I'm assuming the conversation will be quite similar, just on the other flippity flip side, with her twin, same human being of a same existence. I don't know. May. Let's talk about May. Not sure. You know, I'm obviously different character and storyline, but what do we think? It might be very same for people. May, I mean, India, I think you brought up the good thing. Hang on. This is so lame, but I can feel I'm about to sneeze. It's gone. It's gone. Damn. Damn. Anyway, as I was saying, India was saying this before. What did he say? I actually forgot what he said. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yes. The flip-flop in episode 4 felt weird. I watched that again yesterday, still felt weird. It's like, how did she suddenly just be like, you know, I'm not gonna do it. And then she has like one mini argument with her sister and was like, okay, no, I'll go back to killing. I didn't understand that. Not that I didn't understand it, I don't buy it. It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. 2 out of 10 for me, says Soul Fury. She has no character other than Madge. What? They didn't give us anything about her at all. Okay, so May was a worse character than Osha. Hey, Alex, how you doing? It's my least favorite Star Wars project. However, I did really like Sol Qimir and the fight choreography. You know what? I'm very close with you there, champion. But it's great to see you in the chat. Good to see you joining up. Hope you're doing well, my friend. 0 out of 10 for May. What did you give Osha? You give Osha a rating, CG? Another $5 dude. Have you been working or something? You're loaded, my guy. You're loaded. Insane. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would say it's 0 out of 10 on these. I know. Terrible. Qimir was more believable playing 2 characters than May and Osha. Ooh, that's actually a really good perspective. I like the way you said that. May switched around too much. 1 out of 10 for Ron. Where to begin with this was my where to begin? This was over the place in the show, switching like I love / I hate you. Yeah, true. Mandela making me believe these were actually two different characters, Town. Otherwise, you know what? I actually believe you there. I actually completely agree. It felt like 2 actors. It did actually feel like 2 actors. 100%. May's more frustrating than Osha. I liked her change from wanting to revenge to justice, but it makes no sense because we got 0 development from her. Badly written, but Osha turns. The Osha turn is at least understandable. Absolutely, Jason. Really, they could have been taken out both May and Osha and put in a random person, and the overall story could have been the same. They were just MacGuffin for Sol to act irrational and for a Jedi to die. Kirsty coming in saying a 3 out of 10. May needed her own flashbacks to show her life after the Coven meeting Qimir, and her training needing revenge would have helped. That's probably one of the big things. It's like, I don't actually know how Qimir's involved in this. Like, I get, like, she just became evil, but I'm like, how did that happen? How did they link up? How did they know? It's interesting. It's interesting. I agree. I'm really happy with the Corey. MacGuffin. Wait, is Osha the Acolyte? Because I don't know. That's a good point. I think the title of the Acolyte goes to who Qimir is training. So I feel like it was May, but it's changed to Osha. That's my Refuse CG. Goddamn. $2 reviews. Oh, you legend. You legend. 3 out of 10 for Joseph. Well, let's move on to the next character. Very, very interesting. We're going to move on to the next one, which I'm guessing people might have some more thoughts on. More developed thoughts on, at least. It is, of course, Qimir, the stranger. Now, this is where my big thought and idea is that this should have been a Qimir show. It should have been Qimir focused. It should have been, this is my pitch, it would be 2 storylines concurrent. It would be Sol, Yord, Jeki, that crew, going, there's someone killing some stuff. Killing some people on a planet. Let's go investigate. And it's Qimir. And we get Qimir's storyline. He's on this planet. He's hiding in a cave. He is killing people for certain reasons or whatever. And we get that just built over episode over episode. That story elaborates. Finally, there's kind of a coming together of the characters. That sounds really simple and probably too simple, but I just think that would be a cool storyline. And I think the end of this show, like, I don't mind this whole, the Jedi are trying to cover shit up already. Because that's the cracks of the Jedi that we see in the prequels. So, I don't know. I think I wanted this to be a Qimir show. What do we think? What do we think, chat? Let's play. Yes, please, Qimir. Let's do it. Let's do it. Question: Qimir's eyes getting dark at the start of the finale with the helmet. Do you have a link to the witches somehow? Oh, good question. Yes, I think so. That was. Yeah, I have the same thought. I was like, is he like, related or like knows or the power of it or something? Can he connect to the threads? I don't know. Ooh, Haunted coming in with a hot take here. Qimir. 10 out of 10. Most intriguing character of the entire Disney era. Star Wars, in my opinion. Excuse me. That's a really hot take. But you know what? I kind of agree with that. It's very cool. No, probably not the best for me. Probably not the best character. But easily top 10. Could even be top... No. Could be top 5 for me. Could be top 5. Actually, probably. Oh, CG coming in with a 10 out of 10. Qimir, great character in a garbage show. 10 out of 10 despite the horrible writing. Deserved to be in a better show. I think the show should have been about it. Ooh, Qimir's up there with Crosshair. Very compelling character. Yep. Damn it, Kirsty, keep it together. Keep it together. Robin saying 9 out of 10, best character of the show. Qimir was the best character. Agrees Jason could have been better, of course, but overall he was well acted and fleshed out. The hint of his backstory being Vern's Padawan works and was enough. Yes! I mean, that being a center point of the show would have been cool. Would have been so cool. Like, okay, go back to my little theory here where it's like, okay, this concurrent thing, he's off murdering thing, Sol, Yord, and Jeki are investigating, and then they report back to Vern, and they're like, hey, there's this, like, rogue someone with the lightsaber killing things. And then Vern has that kind of thing where she understands and clicks that it's him. So cool. That would have been so cool. Because, I was actually going to bring this up when we get to Vern, but I was like, I love this story point. For her. I think it's cool as. It's great. Ooh, 9 for Trent, 8 for Ron. Good acting. I think the Dark Eyes were Osha controlling Qimir to get the helmet off. Oh, okay. That's it. That's an interesting perspective, yeah. Caesar saying definitely should have been Qimir. He had much more interesting storyline. I like how psychotic he is during the combat, but calm when he's communicating makes him less predictable. 8.5 out of 10. That's a really great way to, succinct way to, describe his personality. Yeah, he is chaotic. He's intense. He's really just psychotic when he was fighting. He was evil, and it's like, this is a bad guy. This is our villain. This is our antagonist. My goodness. It's so clear. But his calmness when he communicates is very disarming. It's so weird. One thing about Qimir, no Sith eyes. Well, that's because I'm in the boat that he's not technically a Sith. I think he's a dark side user. I don't think he's a Sith. I think he's a dark side user. But also to admit, I don't know the super big lore about Sith Eyes of like when you get them, how do you get them, and in what moment do you get them. So I'm not up with my Sith Eye lore, so I might be right or wrong about that. In all seriousness, though, about Qimir, I give him a 9 out of 10. I want to know all about him in Vernestra. See, that would have been a good story. That's okay. We're gonna get the whiteboard out in a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying here? Like, Sol, Yord, and Jeki, these like investigative Jedi, trying to find him. They discover him. They're like, "Hey, Vern, who's this?" And Vern's like, "Oh my god, that's my Padawan from 10 years ago, who I whipped because I lost my mind." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do everything." And then they're like, and then Sol, Yord, Jeki dies. Like that part can still exist. They still get killed off, knocked off. Shocking. Oh my god, we just, got used to Yord. We just got used to Jeki. Oh my god, that's it. Sol dies in the end. And Vern still does this, creepy, oh, I'm so sorry, Sol. And covers it up. Cool story. That's the story. Give us that. Give us that. Man. Darth Biceps. That's his official name. Darth Biceps. Oh my goodness. Dude, what is happening today? Why are you guys so nice to me? Is this real? Am I imagining this? Oh my god, Abilene, I just realized you're wearing the sickest. Are you wearing a an X-Wing pilot outfit? I just realized that. Is that an X-Wing pilot outfit? Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel like I gotta like, because I mean I mentioned this last week. Like all this is getting to Celebration next year, and covering it and giving you guys hopefully the best content and coverage of the event. So that is all of where this money is going to. So thank you so much. I hope I can repay you with entertaining content, engaging conversations, and always dropping by and having a smile on your face. So I really, really appreciate this. This means so much. Thank you. Insane amount of money, dude. That's so insane. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abby Lee. It's great to see you here again, friends. Thank you for dropping by. But I mean, your comment says, love the stranger as a concept, love Manager Sento, save the show, 10 out of 10. Yeah, he's really the highlight. He's really the highlight, honestly. $101 dues. Insane. Sending that love for Obi Lee in the chat. Thank you so much. X-Wing Maverick mashup. That makes sense. I love it. It's so good, my friend. Is it a R2 goose on your back? That's so good. Oh, man. I do. I do. Oh, insane. What a day. What a day. So I'll never find out. Found him and Qimir had the same master. Guessing Qimir might find out from Osha. Oh, interesting. Insane. Supporting characters were better than the main characters. Oh, that's a good point. I do agree with that. I do agree with that, actually. Insane. But yeah, I don't know. I'm getting crazy with this, but I really think he should have been the main character. Really should have been the main character. My humble opinion. That was a con that was on an aircraft carrier. Oh, wow. You know what? I kind of get it. You know what? Abby Lee, you should be in the Rogue Squadron movie. Let's put you in that. It's like the perfect one. What's the next Star Wars Project? Skeleton Crew wrecked? Do you see the link for the ship? No, I didn't see the link for this ship, actually. But yeah, Skeleton Crew's next. Let's keep it rolling. We've got more characters to go, my friends. Let's keep it rolling. I mean, this is kind of goes hand in hand. Talking about Qimir and also Vernestra. I mean, we kind of semi-touched on things already. Being the master, she's lying a lot. What did Katie say? From one green bitch to another green bitch. We're lying. But, whew. Let's go. Vernestra. What do we got? What do we think of Vern? Honestly, that's like plenty. That's like plenty of a review, honestly. That's all. Enough said. Enough said in this one comment. She's a shady woman. She has the best bug zapper in the galaxy, says Haunted, a 7 out of 10. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I hope I'm not too late for this party. Absolutely not. You're never too late. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great to have you here, Mark. Good to see you. Vernestra equals bad, both like as a character and what she's done. Oh, I want honest indie more often. This is so great. This is so great. Soft 6 out of 10 on Vern, says Soul Fury. I want more, but I wish she had a bigger part. Yes. Okay, Vern's character in the finale is like what made me say, oh, I enjoyed the finale quite a bit. In comparison to how I think of this show, I actually really enjoyed this finale, and I think it was all the Vern shit. I think it was interesting. I think it was like weird. It's like, what is she gonna do? What is she doing? She's like in this, certain position. She's dealing with the senators, and she's like, bitch, back off. This is the Jedi, realm. And David Harwood was like, but we need to discover what the hell you're doing. She's like, okay, bitches are being murdered. Don't ask any questions. Get out of my office. So cool. So interesting. It felt like those weird Clone Wars Senate episodes. I loved that. And then she's like feeling that her old Padawan is like this. It's like the dark guy now. And he's like, oh, great. Great. I shouldn't have whipped that kid. That's what she's thinking, I bet. Shouldn't have whipped that kid. Damn it. Then she whispers at Soul, sorry. Weird. Weird. Ah, a lot of people not liking her. Interesting. I mean, she wasn't like a good person. I agree with that. Wow. Okay, a lot of people not agreeing here. Could have been left out. Caesar saying a 3 out of 10. 0 out of 10 for CG. She said Soul was her best friend. Ooh, that girl Qimir is gonna get you. She'll bite that Qimir. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Alex, I still haven't read the High Republic books. I may not have liked the show, but won't prevent me from exploring more of this era. I will say, from the very few I've read, the books are very well done. In terms of story and exposition, what actually gives us very different to this, very different to this show, very different quality. Very different. So yes, I hope it doesn't prevent you. Again, CJ, really? I thought Vern was great. $2 Vernestra, I just can't. I enjoy the senators and the Qimir stuff in the finale, but not impressed with the actress. But you've heard me whinge about Vernestra plenty in the Masters. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But yeah, I probably have rose-colored eye. What's that phrase? Rose-colored glasses on right now because of the finale. In saying that, I probably do, because I really enjoyed what it presented with us, what it presented of her in the finale. So I'm probably like, oh, she's great. But maybe. You're probably right. Sinister Mall! Oh my god! How you doing? You're alive. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? How's life? Great to see you in here, Morley. Hope you're good. We're currently going through the characters of the show, and we're like rating them and talking about them. 6 out of 10 for Robert. About Vernestra's character. Katie, what do you think about Vernestra? Really enjoyed exploring Coruscant politics through her character, but other than that, her character was pretty redundant. I thought she'd at least have a fight scene with either Qimir or Soul. Ooh, if she fought Soul, that would have been very interesting. Vernestra, says Mark, oh, poor old friend Soul, proceeds to throw him under the bus. Right under, and then burns him on a lake. Rough. Doesn't even bring him back to the temple. Obi Lee coming in saying, I think she should have pulled this Syndulla vibe through the series, then come out with her true identity at the end. Would have made it more shocking. Yeah, there could have been a bit more of a shock factor. I could take that. Vernestra is actually a good person, just older and fed up with politics. Ooh, it's a hot take. Hot take going against what the chat's saying here, but interesting. Showing that love to Morley in the chat. How you doing? Oh, it's great to see you in here. That's okay. That even if you're just popping in to say hi, so fantastic to see you. I hope life's treating you well. What a great time. I hope you're well. That's really funny. I do unfortunately feel like her character was written into the story by Leslie Headland so she could get her wifey to play. I only learned late that they were wife and wife. Is that what you call them? Is that? I mean, out of all people, I should probably know. Is that what, your wife and wife? Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? I said Vernestra is about a 2 out of 10. Okay, yeah, fair. It's very varied, but that's fair. Hey, Johnny. Hello there. I'm late to the stream. Did I miss anything? We're just going through the characters. We're just reviewing the characters of the show at the moment. I find Vern's lie a little hard to believe. Did she say Sol killed Indara, etc., or is she inferring he was working with Osha? I'm trying to think what she said. I think she just said he killed her colleagues. He killed his own colleague, all his colleagues. So I think it was just he was too emotional and he went rogue, I think. Oh, that's what she says, that rogue Jedi, that's right. Yeah. That's true. We should have seen the light whip again. Oh, good point. Good point. She burned it. It's that evidence. It be that evidence. All right, who we got next? We still got a few more Jedi to get through before we get into some fun discussion points for this show. We'll go with next. Again, the next two are kind of hand in hand, but we'll chat about it a little bit. Our good shirt ironing dogmatic guy of Yord. Interesting character. I can't tell if I like him or not. I cannot tell. I think I like the portrayal. I mean, he is very dogmatic. He's meant to represent that of the Jedi, I feel like, in the story. And I think that gives him a good portrayal. I think he was well portrayed, in my opinion. Very interesting to see what people think about Yord. 7 out of 10 for Soul Fury. Yord, again, we wish we had more time to get to know him. It was very interesting. You know, the big shock factor of them being killed off in episode 4 was kind of crazy. But I think it was a good decision to have something like that happen. Very stick to the rules kind of guy. Yeah, absolutely. If he was a clone, he would be Dogma. Put your clothes on, Yord. 6 out of 10, Brady. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Yord Horde Redemption Story Arc, 7 out of 10, says Robin. I liked Yord, said Kirsty. People shouted at him at times when I actually thought, if you looked at it from a neutral perspective, he was right a lot of what he said. Needed more to care, 6 out of 10. Cared more about Yord than May or Osha for sure. Yeah, that's interesting. Yord is just Yord. Liked Yord, added a bit of comedic effect too. Wish we saw more of him and got more of a backstory, especially about his Padawan, who's literally in one scene. I thought about this upon rewatching the show, and then yesterday, and the opening scene like has this Padawan, and then that character is never shown or mentioned again. I was like, what happened to that Padawan? I was like, she was never in anything else of the show. What? Where'd she go? All right, Saber Smith, Major Dag, got a jet. Thank you for being welcoming to my fam. Race side is the best side. Thank you for choosing the race side. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you soon. Saber Smith family. Johnny. Yord was a necessary addition to show that side of the Order. He just had no arc, unfortunately. Yeah, I think he's one of those characters that I often bloody talk about this like all the bloody time. That there's certain characters in shows and in context for the main characters to have sort of this mirror to bounce off contextually and to juxtapose their decisions and characters, that they need just a kind of this two-dimensional character to have this juxtapose, this contrast to. It's a better word for it. Dr. Zoom actually thought he was going to be the Acolyte because of his aggressiveness. 3 out of 10 for lack of character development. Yeah, it's true. At least we knew what Yord was thinking. Yord started off as too much of a huge rule follower, which made me dislike him a bit. He did have compassion, which I wish we could have seen more. I'm neutral about him. 6 out of 10. Yeah, I'm sitting there. 6 or a 7 for me. 7 for Joseph. I liked him, but I think mostly because of how Jackie was with him. He's a terrible master, though. Yeah, true. He didn't mention his Padawan once. The rest of the show. So funny. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. A 6, maybe 6.5 for me. Great choreography, mid-story, intriguing ideas, mid-visuals, subpar dialogue, okay pacing, cool cameos, decent ending. Overall, not great, not terrible. Oh, that's for the overall show? Solid. Solid. Yor did his best 7.25. Mark gives him a 7. Mark's Twizzles. Wow. Yeah, I thought Jackie was yours Padawan and she somehow lasted longer than the Knights. Yeah, she's a pretty good Padawan. Jason coming in saying it would have been better if they kept Yor alive somehow and he was in place of Mog. Yeah. Mog. Mud? What's that dork's name? I love that. It's Mog, yeah. Moggy boy. Yeah. That's actually a really cool concept. I would have enjoyed that. And if because he kept like disagreeing with Sol, right? Okay, you know what? Jason, you're really onto something here. Because Yor kept disagreeing with Sol. So Yor would have been involved with everything that happened, saw that it didn't really go as it should have. And then maybe he went back to the Jedi and been like, hey, this is what's gone down. Sol did all these things. There's this like, this is all that happened. And then it kind of becomes Vernestra and Yord wanting that kind of rightness and righteousness of the Jedi and kind of trying to push Sol out. That would have been cool. I like that. I like that. Oh, $5 redos. Thank you so much, Willie. How you doing? What do you got for me? If they revisit this story, do you think it would be Acolyte Season 2 or in another show altogether? Kind of like how Mando and Boba Fett intertwine. Ooh, that's a good question, but I do think it'll just be a straight Season 2. I think from the get, I know Leslie has been very vocal about it being a multi-season show. So I feel like they'll go straight into an Acolyte Season 2. If, on the other hand, Devil's Advocate, they do a spin-off, it would be like a Qimir-based show, I think. It would be sort of that style. I don't think they will call the show Qimir. The Book of Qimir or something, I don't know. But I feel like that should be the focus of the next story of this period if they follow through with this. Good question, though. $5 redos. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And 8 out of 8 for Trent. For you. Oh, yeah, rating Yord. He's a realistic try-hard. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I have too many issues with the show running to give it any more than a 3. Kind of entering into this era, so yeah, we're talking about the show now. It's interesting. The Book of Qimir. Is it? Oh, Jesus, Kirsty. Keep it together. But in this vein of talking about Yord, we'll go to the next character as well, talking about Jackie. Similar probably sentiment, I'm sure a lot of people have. I found her character, was there. It was interesting. She had an interesting perspective. I think she's shown that kind of mirror back to Sol. I think especially in those first episodes where Sol, simple scene where he has that picture of May, hologram of May. Hologram of Osha. And Jackie's saying, why do you keep that? We shouldn't be keeping those sentiments. We shouldn't be holding those emotions. She has that sort of voice of reason. She has this very open and simple way of looking at the Force that I think is written well for kind of this kind of Padawan. I quite liked her. 8 out of 10. She was such a cutie. That's so cute. 6 out of 10 for Sol about Jackie. I wish they would have gone harder on the relationship with Osha. It would have actually made both characters more interesting. $2 redos coming in from CG. Jackie not around enough to rate. Yeah, Jackie was cool, says Marcus, but why did May suddenly, with the guy that murdered all of them, you would think it would be like family, basically. Yes, true. Something with the guy. Well, yeah, Osha. The second, she like, he killed everyone she loves, and then she's like, okay, I'll be with you. It's weird. Weird. 7 for Sevilla. Good character, dies too young. I let Jackie need more about her, wanted more of her and Osha. The Soul Sisters loved her fight scenes with May and Qimir. 6 out of 10. Dr. Zoom agreeing. 6 out of 10 because she showed her feral nature of her race versus the passionate side of her race. Oh, that's good. That's a good review there. Interesting. R.I.P. Jackie. 11 out of 10. That's okay, Marcus. They're like easily the same person, but I get what you were saying, so I could fill that in for you. All good. I liked Jackie, said Jason, as a character. Wish they showed her and Osha more. Leslie said they leaned into them flirting, but why? I didn't get the rationale for it. Yeah, I did. That feels misplaced. Like, I felt like that random conversation would be like, you're going now? And she's like, yeah. I didn't get that. I was like, why? That was another one of those moments. I'm like, I feel like this should be like more understood, but I don't know why this is happening right now. I agree. Jackie died too soon, 100%. Jackie was a 9. Her fight versus Qimir was the best in the show. Ooh. Jackie was cool. Wish she'd survived. Jackie was better. 7 out of 10 for Ron. Jackie needed more time with Osha in that first mission. It was hard to believe they had a connection. Yeah, agree, Johnny. I am with you there, buddy. I'm with you there. Johnny, I think you've got the coolest hairstyle of all the people in the chat. I just gotta let you know that. I've always thought that. Look at that hairstyle. Look at that. Is that gel? Mousse? What do you got there? Best hairstyle of the race squad. Come on. Oh, almost perfect as master and apprentice for me, yeah. 8 out of 10 for Caesar. I loved Jackie. She was a very entertaining character and had potential to be a great Jedi Knight. I think she would have been better without alien makeup, though, to see her expressions clearly. That's actually an interesting just point on the production of the show. Interesting. Interesting perspective. But that's Jackie. That's Jackie, baby. What else? Who else have we got here? I like forgetting my own notes. That's right. The other Jedi. The gang. The slaughter gang that got cooked throughout the show. What do we think? I just kind of grouped them together because I'm like, they all kind of have the same purpose. Indara, Kalnaka, Torben. Let me know what you think in the chat right now. I am going to go grab a cup of tea because I am loving this discussion, my friends. I'm going to sit tight. And I hope you go grab a snack as well, because we're having a fantastic show tonight. So stay right here. Let me know what you thought of these Jedi. I'll be right back with a hot cup of tea. It'll be nice. And we're back. How you doing? How we doing? I hope someone new came in at that time being like, what the hell's happening? Where is everyone? That's great. How we doing? Okay, let's talk about these Jedi. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god, Molly's still here! 6 months with the racer. Thank you for being here, Molly. We appreciate you. I hope you feel, and this goes for everyone, if you know, life gets insane sometimes. But I remember everyone's names. I know all your little personalities. So, you know, you could go away for like, dude, like 6 months, a year? I remember you. Never forget. Thank you for being here, Senator. Molly. I went a bit over the OTT. Donut, anyone? I'm hungry as well. This is turning into a long show, but honestly, I'm having a great time. Even though, you know, a lot of us don't love a lot of things about this show, I'm having a great time telling about it with you all. So I was like, you know what? Might as well have a snack while we do this. While we do this. Who wants the donut? I don't actually know what the flavor of the yellow one is, but we'll have it. I don't think it's definitely not like a lemon. How old are these actually? Oh well, better eat them all now. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Because fourth I'll be known as Darth Pumpedor. Oh man, it's a good time. All right, what the hell are we doing? Okay, let's try and go back. We're talking about these characters: Torben, Kelnaka, and Dara. I'm just going to put the interesting comments on while I eat this donut. Hang on. This is an interesting one. Torben was a wasted and useless pointless character. He leaned too much into the whiny teenage kind of category for me. Kelnaka was cool. I just wanted to hear in the show the Mad Claw to understand his exile. And Indara was totally fine for what she was, a cool Jedi. Yeah, I think Indara would have been a really interesting Jedi to focus on more. Good cup of tea. Good cup of tea. Kirsty, given them all three get a 5 out of 10 for me. They're all high-grade concepts, but badly written. Needed more depth to them, as the characters were still easier to follow than May and Osha. Absolutely. Sinister, Morley, given those three get a 4 out of 10 for me. Yeah, to be honest, Dr. Zoom says 2 out of 10, only because part 1 in Dara fight, the rest are zeros. The fight was pretty good. It's a complex answer, Fetch. It's a complex answer. I like the concepts. I like a lot of things that are presented us. I love the fight scenes. I think the fight scenes were just absolutely glorious. But there's so much of the story that just didn't land for me. It didn't. I get what they were trying to do, but it just did not land. Did not land. So it's a complex answer. It's not a yes or no. It's definitely not a yes or no for me. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. A great question, Hannah. How do you make a cup of tea? Oh, I'm like scared. Kirsty's put me through this before and I'm like scared about it. What do you mean, how do I make it? Like as in, I have mine black, so I don't, because I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't have milk. I just have black tea. I put the tea bag in and I boil the kettle, put the hot water in. I know like Americans like don't believe in kettles. Like half of you don't own kettles in America and that upsets me. But we believe in kettles here, so. Is that how you make it? That's how I make it. I'm so scared. I'm so scared to cause blasphemy right now. Anyway. Oh yeah. Yes. That's an American thing. Australians here believe in kettles. Like every house ever. Like anyone. At any time. See? I swear. We need to do you own a kettle poll, honestly, at the end of the show. You'll be surprised. A lot of these Americans don't own kettles. But yes, with the kettle. CG is good. Okay. Fancy pants. CG's a fancy pants. Love it. Anyway, sorry, but back to the serious conversation. What do we got? Caesar? 3 out of 10 for me. Oh, this is so hard that I gotta like talk on the show. I really want this donut. But I can't eat and imagine if I just ate the donut and spoke at the same time. Caesar, I apologize. 3 out of 10 for Kalnaka. Not enough screen time to form a connection with him. 2 out of 10 for Torben. The writing of his character's motives was way too fast paced. 5 out of 10 for Indara. Enjoyed her, but horrible death. What is a death? Oh, the stab. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Torben's motivation was a bit contrived, in my opinion. Dude just legged it on such a loose idea. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree with that. Oh my god, yes! Shout out lactose intolerant gang. Yeah. I've kettle. Only way to do it. There we go. Don knows how to do it. You're on the money. A proud member of the American Tea Kettle Owner Association. Nice! It's only a few of you. It's good. Yes! Going strong. Let's go, gang. Okay, when we do a Ray, what do we call it? The Ray celebration, the Ray liberation, the Ray event, the Ray celebration. I don't know what we're calling it. Raycon. That's what we call it. Raycon. I'll have lactose intolerant friendly food there. There we go. Okay. Let's go back to the comments. Kalnaka was decent. I did enjoy him being able to be held back by a little Padawan. Yeah, in the Masters meeting, we like went back and like analyzed the mechanics of that scene. It was really funny. It was very interesting, actually. Who wants a donut? That's really funny. I don't think they really explored any of those 3 characters enough. Lactose intolerant also. Oh my god. Heck yeah. Come on strong. There's like 5 of us now. Look at us. These are good. Just like, it's just a Coles donut, Mindy. Also, they have different sprinkles on them though, which I'm like disturbed by, but that's fine. Also, what flavor is a yellow donut? It's definitely not lemon. I think it might be pineapple. I don't know. What flavor is a yellow donut? It's definitely not citrusy. It's definitely not lemon or lime or anything. I think it's pineapple. Maybe no. I don't think it's fruity enough to be mango. Anyway. CG! You're lactose intolerant too! Oh my gosh. The Raycon's gonna be a cheese-free zone. Maybe banana? Yeah, I think it's pineapple. We're getting so off track here. I love it though. Oh dear. Whole milk latte all the way. Yeah, I gotta if I get coffee, it's oat milk. My choice is oat milk for coffee. Oat milk cap. But anyway, let's keep talking. Torben, thank you. God damn, Kirsty, keep us on track here. I'm struggling. I'm getting so distracted by how good this donut is. Torben is wanting to go home. Is similar to other Padawans in the High Republic, but it was so rushed and poorly executed, much like the rest of the show. My other pitch, actually, we might once I finish my donut and put this bloody down, we'll get the whiteboard out. But yeah, I think the whole Torben storyline was bizarre, but could have been good, but no explanation to it. Tropical. Wow. I love that. Now we're going to start a fight in the chat between the lactose-full people and the lactose-free people. That's hilarious. Torben was from Padawan to Master to bald floating monk in into 6 years. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Absolutely. So disappointed. I love the time period this show takes place and makes the Jedi look bad. Plus, illogical writing at points, kind of breaking moments. I was hoping for much better. And when they flew through a donut ring around the planet, it's true. Yes. Give me all the donut references in Star Wars. Mm. She had a cool fighting style. Very cool. I like that. All right. Let's finish this done and get the whiteboard out. I gotta get the whiteboard markers. Wait there. Wait there. Just for you, Kirsty, so you can go to bed. This is still from our show the other day. What the hell was I trying to work out? Oh, the flashback? I think this was figuring out the flashback. Yeah. Okay. CG $2 dude. Alright. Why are we getting the whiteboard out? What are we... Someone remind me what we're doing. We doing a live show here? What are we doing? What are we doing here? I think that's all for my characters. That's all for my characters. We can get that off the screen now. And get the banner up. I'll just go back to the plain one. There we go. What the hell was I getting this out for? What should we do on the... I had like all these ideas. I kept being like, oh, we'll get the whiteboard out. Why was I getting out? Someone remind me. What are we doing here? Conspiracy board. That's it. I don't think Sol was in love with Osha. What? Who said that? Basil. Let's do a whiteboard on how Basil was the center of all this. We talked to you about Torben. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is my rundown of okay, so the actual episodes, we got 8, right? Why did I start it in the middle? Anyway, regardless. So I think if I had to do anything to this show in terms of like what it is, Sol proceeds to yeah, true. Is change the layout of everything. So I'll put some keywords. So this is these two grouped together. What happens if this one first one? Okay. No, I'll do a different color. My God, boy. Let's go. Okay, so this one, Indara dies. This is 2. Does Torben die in this one? I think it's Torben dies. This is the witches. FB1, flashback 1. Okay, you're following? Flashback 1. 4 was... Oh, what the hell is that letter? Walking. Cruel fights. What the hell was episode 6? Yeah. Darth Pool. Flashback 2. And finale. What was this? Kelnaka dies. Kel dies. Okay, so these are the episodes. So I haven't looked at chat. Are you all trying to guess each of the episodes? Episode 4, walking. That, I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh, so good. So good. Okay, so this is how, if I could do anything but I just change the episode, this is how I would change it up. I would do... So the way I'm going to do this... How do I do this that's going to make it make sense? Okay, so those are the episodes. I don't know why they get... Why? The 8 compared to the 1 is so different. Okay. So, if I had to do a new order... How do I make this make sense? Do it in green, I guess? So, I would start... What did I think it should... Okay, so the flashback would be combined. And the first episode... And I'm going to write what episode it was. So it would be episode 7. 7. Start of Brendok. So we start on Brendok. So we're introduced... How do you make this $100 million struggle? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we start off, and that's how we introduce with the characters. So there's a vergence on a planet. They're investigating it in Dara, Orban, Kanaka, Sol. There's girls. That sounds weird. There's we're introduced to the twins, and the witches. And honestly, like episode 1 is a combination of what happened in episode 3 and 7, and that story actually plays out, and probably over the 2 episodes. Start Brendok. I'll just say intro twins. So that's the first 2 episodes, okay? Episode 3 then would have been you time jump. Let's put this in a different color so we can see it. Let me say time jump. And we go to episode 1. So Indara dies. And we were like, oh my god, we just got introduced to her. She was a part of this thing. She dies. And we see May and Osha both, but they're older now. Episode 1. Oh my god. Then this follows episode 2 as normal, because that's a story within itself. Episode 5 is walking. I mean, I'll probably change a little bit about it. Is the walking episode... what episode is that? Episode 4. Is episode 4, so that's the walking episode. Episode 6 would be Daft Pool. Oh, no. Would be Ep 5. This is Ep 6. Oh, no, sorry. This is Ep... Hang on, what am I doing? Cool Fights. Yeah, Ep 6. And then finale. Does that make sense? This is my crackpot theory, that it should have been laid out like this. How do I have this on the screen? It should have been laid out like this. Because the flashback episodes is where we get introduced to Sol, the twins, the Jedi, Why they were there, why it's connected, why Saul cares about them, why it's important to him, why the twins have such a reaction. So when we get to something, and it would be technically the third episode, but what happened in these episodes where like Osha and May meet, we would understand, because we would understand, oh, it looks like May died, but she's not alive. Sorry, she is alive. We thought in the flashback, oh, she falls to her death, but we find in episode 3 she did survive. You know what I mean? Which episode were you in again, Hannah? I was so sad about you didn't somehow return. Let me live. Oh, man. It makes sense when you lose the mystery of what happened. That is making all sense. People act irrationally. Well, yes. I get the whole argument. I was like, oh, it's a mystery, though. But it doesn't. It's not a mystery because we don't know who the characters are. So we can't believe the mystery of, like, who's the Sith. Like, it's because the mystery through all this would have been Qimir. So the big Qimir reveal, what is this, episode 5? Would be episode 6. So it's near the end of the season. We go, oh, who's, you know, we get the funny bumbling Qimir. And then it's at the end. It's at the end we find out, oh, Qimir is this kind of Sith master. Dark side master. Yeah. Here's my theory. Don't mind the flashbacks being spread out. Struggle on there. They would make the whole twins concept make sense. Suddenly now of the Jedi felt any disturbances in the Force during all this. Qimir was not a mystery. He was the only other character we were introduced to, though. Did I consult with Kiadi in the order to see? I did. I asked his opinion. Kiadi Ray. The only mystery is actually what happened after episode 8. That's a good mystery. That's a good point. Here's the mystery. Yeah. I disagree, though. I think I disagree, though, because what is the mystery within here? Fundamentally, what's the mystery that we have? Should we cut the second flashback episode completely and do a different flashback between that concept? I like that concept. I like, to be honest. Ooh. Crazy. Bloody comfortable in the seat. Like the end of the show, lady comes in and straight lies to Yoda. How? Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Keeping this conversation going of the show, I'll ask you another question. Just speaking of episodes and, you know, where things sit, a question for you is, what is, out of the show, what is the best episode, in your opinion? I put in the banner, my personal opinion, episode 5. I couldn't really fault it in terms of just as a standalone episode. Great choreography. I liked the reveal. Qimir was really, really scary, sinister. And I liked the pace of the choreographed fights. Like, I love the pace of who was fighting who. Jackie was awesome. Saul was really cool. I think that was the best episode for me. It's close to finale, Jason. Actually, I'm with you there. The finale is very close. But I think in terms of, like, what I will go and rewatch again, probably episode 5. But finale's up there. Finale is up there. Oh, yeah. Haunted agreeing. What was your favorite episode of the show? Episode 5 for sure. R.I.P. 3 hole punch Jackie. That's true. Yeah. 3 hole punch Jackie. I love that. Season 2 spoilers. Basil uses his nose and, using the power of many, tracks Qimir to the planet. Plagueis notices he's force sensitive and introduces Basil to fight Qimir. Basil wins, becomes a new Sith. Season 2, book it in. That's the story I want to see. That's what I want. So good. Episode 5 for Sevilla because of the fights, but the finale was pretty good, so it's in between them. Yeah, I like that. It makes sense that everyone's kind of having a very similar concept for their favorites. Agreed. Episode 5 for Jackie, Phantom Menace, Dennis. Oh yeah, Kirsty really loves that episode 3 for lore and world building, but 5 for the fight scenes, reveal, and Qimir being savage. Yes. Ooh, Dr. Zoom saying episode 1 was favorite because I did not know what a menace it was going to be after that. Yeah, Basil is the new Darth Jar Jar. Darth Basil. Darth Basil. That's it. Jackie and Yord could come back somehow in flashbacks, maybe. In flashbacks, maybe. 1 and 2 were good, but 5 was epic. Yeah, I honestly, with all that we talked about today, I can't really fault episode 5. It was epic. It looked good. I liked the sabers. I liked the quality of the sabers in this show. I really enjoyed that. Very much so. Absolutely. Yeah, I think a Qimir-focused spring would be really cool. That'd be very, very cool. And this leads us to, and you know, we've been rating the characters. Again, I'm a little scared to ask this question, but you know, we got to do it here. Your overall rating for this show. Someone asked before, do I like this? And I said it's a complex answer, and I stand by that, and I think that's always going to be my response to talking about this show. It's a complex answer. There's definitely a lot of things that I conceptually go, that's interesting. That's engaging. Conceptually, there's a lot of things I like about The Acolyte. There's a lot of characters introduced in the show that I go, ooh, they're interesting. That's fascinating. But there's something fundamentally in the execution and writing of those concepts and characters that lead me to not feel satisfied with whatever interest, fascination, and enjoyment I had of the concept and characters. I want to be passionate about what we have presented. So I think in saying that, I think I'm perfectly in balance with saying a 5 out of 10. Because I definitely don't hate it. I don't even think I could say I dislike it. But I definitely don't love it. I think there was such a difference of like the way the story was communicated that I just did not connect with. So I feel like a 5 out of 10 just feels most like it feels the best. I don't hate it any more than that, but I don't love it any more than that. 5 out of 10. It is the lowest Star Wars show for me. Definitely is the lowest show. Like previous, I think my lowest show was Andor. Did I say that before? Not including seasons of shows, but just a show overall. Andor's my least, and I gave that like a 7 out of 10. But let's get into what you think of this show. 7 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed it for what it is. It has its flaws, but what Star Wars media doesn't. That's a good point. That's a good point. It's hard to give an overall rating. The premise, the story of the show was solid 7. The characters were at 8, but the execution of it was a 5. I think my overall score is a 6.5. I'm similar to you in that I love a lot of the concepts and the potential of them and the characters, but it just doesn't hit me where I need it to. 6 for Sevilla. Because we've seen so much Star Wars at this point with every new show that comes out, it'll be difficult ranking them. That's true. That is very, very true. I love that it was a new Star Wars show, but it removed the lust of being Star Wars and a story, character development story. It was very disappointing. Do you like it more for the fan service or because it was a good story? Fan service, do you mean like Plagueis? I mean, that was cool. Like, I mean, that was epic. I reacted. Like, I was like, oh, damn, we're going here. I was very happy with that, but that probably doesn't do anything to my ranking. Very cool moment, like epic moment, amazing. And I love the, like, what are the I'm trying to think of the other fan service. I can't think of it, like that and Yoda. That doesn't affect really the overall score though. Probably give the show a 6 or 6.5 out of 10. Might feel different once I rewatch the entire series. I do have to say, in watching the first 4 episodes yesterday, I understood those episodes so much more from watching the whole series. I understood it so much more and actually enjoyed it for that. $2 from CG. Easiest rating ever. 0 out of 10. Brian came on in saying episode 5. Oh, yeah. Favorite episode? Episode 5 as well as episode 1 and 8. 6 out of 10 for Johnny. There was so much to like. Unfortunately, there was also so much experience ruining problems. Experiences ruining problems. Overall, more good than bad. Overall, a 6 says Fetch. I'll give it a 3 max because the writing was awful, but the power of many was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. I know. A lot of Andor fans are big, but I'm not too crush on it. But in saying that, I rewatched it like a few months ago, and I enjoyed it a lot more. It probably sits at a good 7.5 for me now. How dare you, Jason? How dare you? Kenobi is an easy 9 out of 10 for me. We're gonna definitely have a show in the coming weeks about like ranking the TV shows at this point. I can't wait for the debates to ensue with that. It's gonna be fantastic. But yeah, fair enough, Jason. Each their own. 5 Pandaroos coming in from Joseph. 6.5 out of 10. Great start. Okay, middle. Decent finale. Lee Jung Jae and David Harwood were the best. I'd like to see a season 2, but I need Qimir Osha gone quickly. Oh, interesting take. There you go. But thank you so much for the 5 Pandaroos. I appreciate it. A good shout on David Harwood. Should have brought him in sooner. Yeah, he's fantastic. He was great, wasn't he? He was really cool. Oh, let me live. Let me live. It's an easy minimum 9 out of 10. Minimum. Anyway, we are near the end of our discussion here, friends. We'll try to end on thoughts. I think I might have a separate show for this. I don't know. I'm still just weighing up what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. But, you know, season 2, I feel like we hit a lot of things, but, you know, get your final thoughts out before we start to wrap up the show. What could we be seeing for a season 2? I think I've shared a lot on that already. I think, you know, a Qimir focused story, seeing Vern, and like, it's almost, I would like a Vern and Qimir story for a season 2. I think that'd be cool. I'd like that. Rating of 5. Yeah. Oh, what did I do there? Sit in the show. Vern and Qimir, yeah. That's what I want. I love Kenobi. So good. Masquerades it. Couldn't pay me enough to say a single positive thing about the story. Dude, you liked... What is the thing you rated 10 out of 10? Qimir. You rated 10 out of 10 for Qimir, didn't you? You like Qimir? Is that what you call? Cool. Yeah. I want to have a book on Vernestra and Qimir before he turned. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of some time material for the show could be very good. Very good. Very, very good. But get your final thoughts out. Oh my god, Donna! $20 Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Fred. That is such a big dono. Insane. I agree with you. You know, potential as a concept, but it feels a little half-baked, and I think it could have used more time to develop. Thanks for doing these streams. I appreciate the community you've created here. Thank you. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate the support. It means so much here. Like I said, being transparent, all this money is just going straight into Celebration next year. Trying to give back to you guys. Have these great discussions. Great fun. I appreciate it. It means a lot. That means a lot. But yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Didn't land in places. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, now I can have more tea. Actually, you know what? It's funny you say that, Marcus, because that was literally my last tea bag. I have to put tea bags on the shopping list now. Not to sound sad, but that does sound sad. But that's okay. I should. Yeah, I can buy tea bags now. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. If we do get a season 2, I want more of how Yoda is complicit in the Jedi corruption, and his personal arrogance is ultimately the downfall of the whole order. You know, it's a good point, and I think something that's really interesting with the Yoda storyline, and something of Yoda's character that I really thought was fascinating was his arc in the Clone Wars, and he's like kind of fever dream he has with the what do they call them? I always forget what the name. Wills of the Force. Those guys, that gang. Interesting. Yeah. Heck, you not? Yeah, true. Good point. Oh, that's a good question, Brian. Kirsty answers that the best, I would say. But there's others. Indy, if he's still here, can answer this as well. For those that have read the High Republic books, is the characterization of Vernestra faithful in the show? I've heard not. I've only read one book of Vernestra, and she's a lot nicer. She's a lot more kind and compassionate person. She's very nice and helpful. So not quite what we saw on the show, but others probably have a better explanation of that. I've heard conflicting things about Fern's depiction, yeah. Caesar, come and enjoy the stream. Thank you for being transparent with your thoughts. Something not a lot of other YouTubers do. They either hate for the sake of hating, love with no criticism. That's true. It's hard to find. I do my best. I appreciate that. I try to be as honest, genuine as possible. But thank you. I appreciate you being here. You've had some great comments and thoughts. Loved hearing it throughout the show. So thank you for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed. I would say not particularly true in the books, but there's also been 100 years between where a lot could have changed. Kirsty agreeing. Vernestra is different in the books, but they are 100 years apart. Yeah, so the time would have been a little different. Yeah, and he's still here. He's lurking and working. Love it. Love it. Okay. I think that might be where we start to wrap up things for the show. But fear not, the streams, the discussions, the chaos and insanity that is the Race Side does not stop here. Just because this show's over, it just means our parties are just about to get started, my friends. We are going to be going back. I appreciate everyone's understanding. I've been a bit flippy-floppy with the, run time of the radio hour, which is going to be the live show that happens probably not Saturday nights, probably Monday nights, but I am yet to announce that change. Starting on Monday nights, doing the Star Wars radio hour, which is an hour where we just cover what Star Wars things are happening throughout the week. We're going to have some series of discussion points that we go throughout the weeks, talking about shows. We're going to be looking back at Clone Wars topics. We're going to be talking about what is to come ahead with Star Wars and everything in between. Throw in some crafting, some cooking, and always some good Star Wars fun in there. And that's going to be something that you can look forward to every single, probably Monday. It might be Tuesday. We'll see. I'll announce it very soon, so you know what's happening for next week. But this has been, for what we all think of this show, it's been such a pleasure to be with you here every single week, having the pre-show. That was always a ball of fun, and into these discussions. I appreciate everyone's thoughts and coming and showing up every week. I really, really appreciate you being here. You make it this fun. It's not just me. It's how you guys gonna be. it's how you guys have been showing up here for the fun. Many have said it before, the Race Side is just a great, easygoing community. Thank you. It's only because of how you lead it. We can all have our opinions and get along. Yeah, it's my dream. It's my goal. My greatest achievement is how we can have such different ends of the spectrum. Shout out JS. I think she popped in earlier. Like, she really loved the Acolyte, and we got Master CG giving it a strong 0 out of 10. But, everyone can still come here, still enjoy Star Wars. That's my biggest goal. So I just continue to strive to achieve that. So I appreciate that you can feel that love, that, if we can have different thoughts on different, different pieces of Star Wars media, we can still get along. There is a Discord, Dana. Let me grab the link for you real quick. I'll give that for you in a second. But again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everyone. This has been unreal to cover this, but like I said, the fun doesn't stop here, because I've had such fun with these shows, and it's been so good. I love the interview with Tamura. He seems so awesome. He was fantastic. I think about him like every day. I miss Tamura. I want to be friends with him forever. He's so great. Oh, hang on. I'm just waiting for my Discord to load. Hang on. There we go. 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 There we go All right, here we go. Here's the Discord link. Jump in. Be a part of the conversation. There's all different types of places to chat, things to chat about. So if you want more of that Star Wars connection, jump in that Discord. There's the link. Put it in the chat right now. It's a good time. Hard to get excited for Skeleton Crew, and I'm not keen on Jude. Ooh. Oh, that's a hot take. A lot of people like him. Be open-minded when it comes struggling to get hype for it. It'll come soon. We'll talk about it. We'll We'll get there. Get Indy on the show for that one. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, Lisa. Oh, goddamn. Where were you? You were here at the start. We are about to wrap up, but hello. How you doing? See, everyone loves Jude Law. What are you saying, Kirsty? Insane. Insane. It's a good time. It's a good time. I appreciate that, Indy. Thank you. Yeah, dude. I haven't been able to do it on Sundays because our meetings are so damn long. Hey, Pop, how you doing? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's okay. That's okay, I guess. It's just this time. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Anyway, pulled me at me and got it's true. There's always someone back there coming in right at the end. But we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. Again, look out on the YouTube community posts. I'll be posting when our set day for the radio hour is going to be. And it's going to be live shows every week. Covering Star Wars fun, news, conversation. I can't wait. It's going to be a bit more of this style. There's a bit more of kind of the specific questions that I want you to be answering as the show goes on. It's going to be a little bit more interactive. And we're introducing some more interviews with some guests live and recorded in the show. So if there's actually a certain creator or person that you would love to see on this show and me discuss with and talk with, let me know. I'm actually open to suggestions. Let me know who you want me to chat with. Chat about Star Wars. It's a good time. Oh, classic. Elisa, at least you got one other person. Apo, coming in right at the end. Been here for 2 hours. Where have you been? At least I had an excuse. That's fun. That is so fun. But thank you so much for being here. Again, love to you all. I'll see you very soon. This has been the coverage of the Acolyte. What an experience. What an experience. But here we are. Shout out to all the members and all the big soupies tonight. Before you go, as you go about your day and week, make sure that you always choose the race side. Wait! Don't go! I forgot something! Don't go! Oh my god, this is not a bit. I actually forgot something. I forgot to say. Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. A lot of people sent beautiful, very beautiful, touching messages in the Discord. I read them all. Thank you so much. Yes, we have hit 5K over the weekend. And with that, there will be a 5K celebration stream. I'm still finalizing the details for that. That should be coming not this weekend, but the weekend after. We're going to be having a bit of a celebration for that one. Some good, fun shenanigans are going to go down with that. But I just have to say, I forgot to mention, so look forward to the 5K celebration stream, but also just honestly, thank you for 5K. It's been unreal. We only just celebrated our 2-year anniversary of the race side of this channel. So it's pretty crazy to hit over 5K in that time. So I thank each and every one of you for being here, being part of the conversation. If you watched one of my videos or all of them, it means a lot. You've supported everything we're doing here. and I appreciate it. Now we can go. Now we can go. A lot of you left. I appreciate the people that stayed this long. Thanks so much. Pizza party, yeah. We'll have a pizza party. Pizza pockets. We'll do that. We'll do that. Thanks so much, gang. All right, now you can go. Now you can go. Let's get out of here. Even I'll go too. All right, see ya. Bye. See you later. Sure. See you later. Bye. Talk to you tomorrow. Ooh, that was a deep one. Oh no. What is that? It's higher. It's a certain pitch. The Mascura roar is a certain pitch. That was very low. That's too low. It's more. No, wait. No, that's not it. Oh, fuck. How do I do this? Hang on. That's it. Oh, that felt good. I feel like I got to do a bit of a higher sound though, like kind of an arc of. That's it. Hang on. Here we go. Too fast. Too fast now. Let me do it again. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I just got to be happy with that. That's what your dollars are going to. Just me. It's what I'm doing off stream. When I'm not on a stream, I'm just in my room in here. Just practicing that. That's all I do. And the Bendu. I'm still trying to figure out how I can get my voice low enough to be the Bendu. Hayden Jadis. Evan Peel. I ever since someone mentioned Evan Peel yesterday, I've been trying to figure out my Evan Peel impressions. And Evan Peel, if you should know Evan Peel from Clone Wars, from the bloody that arc. I forget what the arc's called in season 3. Evan Peel, but he's so aggressive with his words. He's very similar. The voice of Evan Peel is very similar to Borkus, who is that nine-nub looking character that is the chef where Gregor is on the Void in Clone Wars. You know the classic Gregor, you're nothing but dish boy. That is very similar to Evan Peel. Evan Peel is just a little pointier. Pun intended, because his ears are so pointy. Little pointier. You know what I mean? But actually, funny enough, the Babu Frick. No, baby. I feel like is actually very similar in like to why, like how I can do the roar. Like it's that grizzle at the back of the throat. It's like that, but you do it while you speak, where you're like and really high pitch, right? Really high pitch. No. You see, it's like a squeezing in the back of the neck, if that makes any sense. No, but baby. No. we fix. You bring it, I'll fix. It's like that. If that makes sense. What other voices can I do? Oh, the bloody Neomodians in fucking what is that? Revenge of the Sith when they're going down. We haven't quoted this one in a while. Oh, batteries, fire! You have to kind of simultaneously breathe out and hold your breath. I'm kind of I have to squeeze my actually let me get back on the screen. Actually, that might be more helpful. You have to squeeze your, what do you call this, diaphragm. And so I'm breathing out, so I'm not just going I squeeze in there, and it automatically thins that air that comes out. So then you just say the line, oh, batteries, fire. And it's got to be that pitch. It's like that little bit lower, so it's not like my normal speaking voice. It's like a lower. Oh, batteries, fire. What's the other one that says? What's the other quote? There's another quote in that I'd like to hear. I don't know. I forget the other quote. What's the other thing we can quote? My American accent is quite good. When have I ever done American? Hondo? I'm not too good at Hondo, I think. I can't believe. Yeah, no, I can't do Hondo that well, to be honest. What's that other one I do? Mascuo, even Peel, Balkus, that random Neomodian pilot general. A Tim impression once? Cap, yeah. What's that accent? Is Tim still here? Georgian? DB, go get Tim. I need to hear his voice again. That Georgian accent. Like, it's like that real southern. I don't know if I can do southern. Hey! Oh, no, hang on. Oh, fuck. I don't know if I can do southern. I'm psyching myself out now. What's the other one? I feel like I'm missing another main impression that I usually do. I can't remember it. Basil's hard to do because he just sniffs. And it's hard to get a sound when you sniff, you know. It's more of like it's like at the teeth. You know, it's like that's a Basil sound, right? It's kind of beaver-like, I should say. There's definitely one more I'm forgetting. I can't do it with headphones though, because the headphones fly off. Misa like this. You saw me be friends. Captain Topples, you saw in bad doo-doo now, Jaja. That's a good one. Captain Topples. Underrated. Jaja, you saw be banished. You saw in bad juju now. Jaja, hold on. Captain Topples, be gone with him. That's a good Boss Nass quote. Be gone with him. When they're like, hey, can we take a speeder and Jaja? Boss Nass. Be gone with him. Oh, yeah. Honestly, read through the Phantom Menace. What are the weird characters in the Phantom Menace? Anyway, honestly, Raycon, you want that to happen in Raycon. Actually, if you see me at Celebration, it's a good time. Okay, what the hell am I doing live? Oh my god, let's get the freak out of here, dude. You two dude, Joseph. Yeah, Amigo. I'm already am Amigo. You know what? But it's so great because I can do that with that book. With this book that I have, because it's the illustrated screenplay, and I have it's the whole script, so I can do it. I could do it. Maybe we do like chapter by chapter though. Maybe we do scene by scene. We shall see. That's my best. I need to lubricate a little more. Hang on. That's my best Sababa. That's the yeah, that's it. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you for choosing the race, everyone. Appreciate you.